If you were in Lagos that humid Tuesday afternoon, you would swear the sun paused in the sky when the news broke. At Balogun Market, traders dropped their calculators mid-bargain. Even impatient downfall drivers turned down their horns. Everywhere, from one place to another, one name was whispered like a curse carried on the wind. Korede is accused of causing a young woman's death. People said it with wide eyes, with trembling lips, with shock heavy in their voices. But before a house collapses, the first crack is always small. Before we dive into today's tale, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so you won't miss any of our captivating folk tales. And so, let me take you back to where this story truly began, long before police sirens, courtrooms, and prison gates. In the heart of Lekki Phase 1 lived a man named Korede Adekunle, a man blessed with fine looks, a smooth tongue, and pockets deep enough to make landlords smile. His lifestyle glowed like a polished car under Lagos sun. His wife, Anita, was a beauty whose presence softened even the hardest hearts. Korede's cause was his wandering eyes. The elders say, no matter how sweet the soup, a man who loves trouble will still look outside. And Korede loved trouble the way a moth loves flame. Tall women, short women, club girls, office ladies, even university students, he chased them like shadows. Nothing prepared Anita for the day she returned home from a church meeting and found her husband in their matrimonial bed with a girl who couldn't be more than 23. Her handbag slipped to the floor as she gasped, "Jesus!" The girl scrambled half naked. Korede stammered useless excuses. It was a humiliation that burned deep into Anita's bones. But Anita forgave him. She forgave him because society urged patience, mothers advised endurance, pastors declared spiritual attacks, and Anita, like many women in Lagos, clung to her marriage even as it tore at her spirit. But forgiveness, when not matched with change, becomes a slow poison. One night Anita had a dream. She saw Korede standing near a dark river, a large black bird perched on his shoulder, pecking at his ear as he smiled. Then the river rose and swallowed him whole. When she told him, he laughed it off, not knowing the spirits had already begun whispering warnings. The beginning of Korede's downfall came on a Friday night wrapped in neon lights. Victoria Island buzzed with noise and temptation. Inside a rooftop lounge, he met Comfort, a young, beautiful Unilag student, daughter of a powerful businessman feared across Lagos. Their affair ignited quickly. Hotel rooms, secret trips, expensive gifts. Anita noticed the late nights, the excuses, the growing distance, but her voice had become small inside that marriage. The spirits, however, were watching. Every lie Korede told became a crack in the foundation of his life. The trouble deepened when Comfort stopped answering his calls. He drove to her hostel in panic. She came down with trembling hands and broken voice. "Korede, I'm pregnant." Those words struck him harder than any Lagos landlord's knock. Driven by fear, Korede bought pills. "You'll be fine," he promised, though his voice shook. Comfort hesitated. Her spirit whispered danger, but she trusted him, trusted the older man who showered her with gifts, trusted someone who had no business entering her life. By midnight, she was vomiting blood. By morning, she was dead. Lagos exploded with the news. UN-like girl struck by tragedy after secret affair. Billionaire's daughter involved in shocking incident. Justice for Ayomide. Social media caught fire. Her father roared for blood, and the police came for Korede before sunrise. His arrest was a spectacle. Neighbors peeked from behind curtains. Some prayed, some cursed. Anita fell to her knees in shock as officers led him away in handcuffs. At the station, chaos reigned. Reporters shouting, family members crying, officers barking orders. Korede sat in a corner, hollow, empty, consumed by fear and regret. The courtroom became a theater. People filled every seat. Some came for gossip, some came for justice, some came to witness downfall. Prosecutors painted Korede as a cunning predator. Comfort's parents demanded the harshest punishment. The trial stretched for months. Witnesses testified, doctors spoke, lawyers argued, and finally, the judge delivered his verdict: life imprisonment. Anita's cry echoed like a wounded animal. Korede closed his eyes and wept freely for the first time in years. Everything he built, everything he cherished, everything he pretended to be collapsed in an instant. Life in Ikoyi Correctional Center stripped away all illusions. Gone were the fine clothes and expensive cologne. His new world was iron bars, worn uniforms, concrete floors, and the scent of regret that hung in the air like thick fog. But every day, rain or sunshine, Anita came. She brought food, she prayed with him, she listened, she told him she forgave him. Guards watched her with admiration. Even inmates spoke about her loyalty like she was from another world. Slowly, Korede changed. He joined Bible study, he wrote apology letters, he tried to be better. But outside those walls, Anita was changing too. Pain can harden or heal. For Anita, it did both. She rebuilt her life piece by piece, and eventually, love found her again. A gentle man named Femi, a widower with a soft voice and a kind heart. At first, she resisted him, but over time, she realized she deserved joy. She deserved laughter. She deserved a life not measured by tears. After years of holding a dead marriage on her shoulders, Anita finally felt light again. And when she knew she was ready to move forward, she did something brave, perhaps the bravest thing of all. One bright afternoon, Anita entered the prison visitation room wearing a simple Ankara gown. Korede's face lit up when she saw him. He said, "You came early today." But her eyes held something different. Calm, final. She sat down and whispered, "I came today to talk one last time." Korede's lips trembled. "Anita, what are you saying?" She held his gaze. "I forgave you. I supported you. I carried shame, insults, and pain. But I cannot continue a marriage that died long before prison walls closed around you." Korede began to sob. He begged, he pleaded, but Anita gently held his hands. "Forgiveness," she said, "is not the same as forever. You destroyed our home, and I am choosing peace." She told him she would no longer remain his wife. When she stood to leave, something inside Korede cracked forever. Anita walked out of the prison gate slowly, breathing deeply, feeling the weight of years lift off her shoulders. She stepped into sunlight with quiet strength. She was a woman reborn, a woman who had walked through fire and come out with her soul intact. Behind her, inside those cold walls, Korede clutched the ring and wept for the life he foolishly threw away. My children, hear this well. A man who chases shadows will one day lose the people who stand in his light. A marriage is not sustained by beauty or wealth, but by character. And the elders say, when you throw fire into your own house, do not be surprised when only ashes remain. Choices have consequences. Even in modern Lagos, the gods still watch. If you enjoyed this story and its lessons, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more African folk tales that inspire and teach. And remember, your choices shape your destiny.